Hey everyone, it's Shotzi for TheRoughCuts on Sunday. I hope you all have had a great week. As most of you probably already know, one of my favorite actresses of all time, Elizabeth Taylor, passed away earlier this last week. So today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite performances of hers, and that is when she played Maggie the Cat in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. This is from 1958, directed by Richard Brooks. Richard Brooks also directed many great films, such as Elmer Gantry, Sweet Bird of Youth, In Cold Blood, Looking for Mr. Goodbar, a number of really just great films, and this is no exception. This was based on the Pulitzer Prize winning play of 1955 from Tennessee Williams. However, the screen adaptation differs quite a bit from the original play, much to the chagrin of Tennessee Williams. In fact, he hated the screen adaptation. A lot of people hated the screen adaptation who were fans of the original play, because in the original there are a lot of homosexual overtones. In fact, that's like a huge part of the plot, and due to production codes, they were not allowed to talk about that in the film version. It's very obviously glossed over, and they kind of allude to it a bit, but you just have to kind of assume that. Anyway, in this film, it is starring Elizabeth Taylor as Maggie the Cat and Paul Newman as Brick Pollitt, two of some of the best looking people to have ever been in film. And they're just absolutely gorgeous in this, just total eye candy throughout the whole thing. And they have a very strange relationship. Elizabeth Taylor's character, Maggie the Cat, is a very charming, witty, sensuous, kind of lusty character. And she and her husband are having problems because he is a former football star turned alcoholic based on the suicide of his best friend. And so we're not really sure why he felt this attachment to his best friend. Like in the play it talks about this. In the film, you kind of assume it, but it's never really discussed exactly what happened. But that causes a great strain in the relationship because they're no longer physically together. They just occupy the same space. Now, what's going on in the story is you have the father, Big Daddy, who's having his 65th birthday. And so you have another one of the sons, or two sons, and this is Gooper, who's played by Jack Carson. Jack Carson played a lot of roles in like the 30s and the 40s. And usually as a supporting character, although sometimes leads. I was never a big fan of Jack Carson, but he plays the kind of conniving, not really conniving, but he lies a lot in this film. I don't like his character. His character isn't supposed to be likable, but he and his wife in this breed like rabbits, and they're going after the big fortune of Big Daddy, who is a plantation owner, big shot, and he is very sick. Everyone knows that he's sick except for Big Daddy, and also Big Mama, the wife. And so that's one of the main themes in this. A lot of lies, deception, sexual tension, death. This was a very controversial play when it came out, controversial film when it came out. Nowadays it might seem kind of tame, but it's still a really good story. I highly recommend this. Paul Newman and Elizabeth Taylor gave outstanding performances in this. Even though Elizabeth Taylor, it was a very difficult time for her because when filming started, the day of the starting of filming, her husband at the time, Michael Todd, was killed in a plane crash. And in interviews, she said that, this film actually saved her because she was just devastated, rightfully so. And there's a scene in this where they're having like a little kind of picnic outside and they're just eating a lot. And they did a lot of takes of that because in real life she wasn't eating because she was depressed. So that's one of the ways that this film really helped her physically and mentally. But it's a great, great film, despite being changed a lot from the original play. I highly recommend it. Great performances by everybody. Elizabeth Taylor and Paul Newman were both nominated for Best Oscar, or yeah, Best Actor and Actresses for this. Burl Ives was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and he won Best Supporting Actor, however, not for this role. He was nominated for 2 different roles during 1958, or rather 59 for those Oscars. But I highly recommend this. Awesome performances. I think it's a lot better than Butterfield 8, which I think was a piece of garbage. But go check it out. And I will see you all next time. Until then, bye-bye.